What you got? Some MD 2020? What you got?
Straight tried that fella.
You got an MD over there?
Tried that fella.
All right.
Nah.
Don't be on here acting up, talking crazy. Okay?
Nah, man. Let's go and get this thing going.
I came looking for you today, actually.
You was there?
Yeah, I was.
you was there?
That was cute. That was cute. You know what I'm saying? I like how you did that. I like how you dressed that up.
Yeah, man.
What up, Bo? We see you. We see you. We see you. Yeah. Gotta let that beat drop before I say something. What's happening? It's your boy Collar Park. Sean here with a little paint where it ain't a little seasoning with some reasoning. Y'all saw the promos this week. Y'all know who we got up in here. If you don't know, you gonna know before you leave today. I'ma let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what up, world? It's Kwame, curator of Staus, curator of Sound Scan, and I'm in the building with the Soundproof Hunger Room, sitting down with the OGs.
Okay. What this fella, hey man, what you doing over there, bro?
I ain't the curator of nothing. But, you know, I'm just happy to have my brother here.
Yeah. Glad to have you up in here, man. Finally, shoot. It's
We
been
can talk about these posts he be posting and stuff.
Oh, here we go. See,
Yeah.
this is finna be some shots fired all day. This button gonna be woe out today. Anybody in the chat, man, I need y'all to let me know what Coco doing. Look, she was up 3-0 in the last set. Y'all let me know if she finished that thing out. I needs to know that before we get anything rolling. Anyway.
What's good, man?
What's happening with you, man? How you been?
Man, been great, bro. Whole lot of cooling.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, you don't want to cool too hard. You're going to freeze up.
Nah.
Yeah.
You can't never goddamn freeze, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, you got
Never.
to keep it in motion then.
That's right.
Keep it in motion,
One
man.
foot in front of the other.
What you been up to, man? Tell the people about all the stuff you've been jumping into and what you've been working on, because you stay pretty busy.
Yeah, man. Really, the best thing I got going right now is just motion in life. But I mentioned the Staus, curator of Staus. That's my streetwear brand, and kind of derived from how they say turning lemons into lemonade. You know,
Okay.
so and then also dealing with the camera, with the videography. I got a sound scan, drop mic style.
What is that? Explain that to me, because I don't know what you're saying right now.
So, drop mic style is a video that they've been doing for these artists lately. So they drop a mic and they rap.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I tied the mind sound scan, and we just go from there. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And how that's working for you, though?
It's good, man. You know, the name of the game with anything is just consistency. So people like what I got going on as far as the visual, but just about marketing. So it's good. It's growing organically. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
That's what's up.
yeah.
I'm going to say this, because you shot us some shirts, and I'm going to say this about the shirts.
Talk to me.
Pure quality.
Thank you.
I was surprised.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to be honest, because, yeah, I was.
Yeah.
You know, some people that make shirts, and it's just it won't even be the Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
And then it just be like a little sticker on the shirt or something like that.
Yeah.
But this one had quality. Heavy quality, and I was impressed, man.
Yeah.
I was impressed. And the designs that you come out with are pretty, I say colorful.
Yeah, they are, man. But you know, also I like to say with those designs, because it'll take people a little more to do a little more research, and it's just up to me to really provide information. But even with the design, sometimes you can look inside or look at it. It actually has message with it. Of course, I don't have any slides to show you guys, but I'm trying to think of one. I have it's a Black Panther. Kind of picture this. It's a Black Panther with an AK-47, word AK or letter AK and a 47. And then underneath it, it has Farrakhan's quote on from Killer Mike's album. So it's kind of inspired with the revolution. So it's just throwing a little bit of the revolution there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
To get a little more depth. So yeah, so it's always something. It's some gems when you looking at my streetwear a lot of times. For probably about 95% of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you wearing it, just not having a T-shirt on it, like it's some what would they call it? Subliminal.
Subliminal message.
Yeah, it is some of that in there.
Okay.
Most of the time.
All right.
Yeah.
I've been here 14 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I met you maybe 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like, you're a gentle giant. You know what I'm saying? But you gonna handle your business. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
What inspired you to? Let's get with the name Staus.
Yeah.
What does it mean, and how did you come up with it?
Yeah. So again, you know, I said it's turning lemons into lemonade. You know, I was designing a pair of shoes online, and I wanted the tongue to read status. Staus. So after doing everything about the shoe, go back and look over the verbiage, and it said an error said Staus. So fuck, I tried to go back and do everything, and the paperwork okayed it and said I made the necessary corrections. Sure enough, months later, the shoe come back and it reads Staus.
Bruh.
For real. And I'm like, what the fuck? So Staus, you know. Then I thought about it and I was like, oh, damn. It's kind of cool. You know, you don't hear any Staus or anything, but then it actually reads, the mind kind of thinks status. And sometimes when I think about status, I think about the upper echelon.
Okay.
Or something of necessary.
Okay.
So there with that alone, it almost kind of like just triggers some genius marketing, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because a lot of people say status, so which is cool, but I will correct and say Staus so you can know the name, and that's generally it, man. So you know, turn lemons and lemonade. The representation of Staus is you and I. You know, the everyday guy striving for excellence. You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what we got going on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's no acronym or nothing like that. If
All
that's
right.
what you're saying.
Music.
Mm-hmm.
I watch your videos,
Mm-hmm.
and you behind the camera a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you go into that and you try to find an artist, what is it that you looking for?
Yo, man, I'm looking for an authentic sound. You know, something or somebody that's not too much fabricating their story.
Right.
And then also looking for nice lyrics and somebody who got some swag about themselves, you know, just not filming any and everybody.
Right.
Because quality is like bro said, if you got quality, that's what we're going to push. And if it ain't there, you know, let me know.
Right.
And that's my deal to the artist. You know, if your song is not up to my part, my word doesn't mean much, but I'm going to just let you know honestly how I feel instead
Where
of
you
just,
coming from?
just going with it.
Right.
Because a lot of people have yes men, and that ain't doing us no justice. So, yeah, that's what I got going on.
I got you.
Pretty thirsty there, huh?
Ah, man, you know, that reposado, man.
It's been a long week, huh?
Oh, yeah, boy. Long week.
Long week.
Long week, bro.
Hey, I can dig it.
Yeah.
I can dig it,
For
man.
sure.
How long have you been in behind the scenes in the music industry and working with the rappers and the guys that you got coming out?
Yeah, bro, to be honest, man, it's got to be 15 plus, because I graduated 2001. Damn,
Damn, for real?
that's damn. I want to think about it. So we've been dealing with music since 2001. Had some homies who kind of wanted to take a liking to that path, and which he did. But you know, consistency again, as far as us as a whole, plays a major key. Consistency and money. So since 2001, however long that is.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, Coco won. Congratulations, Coco got first U.S. Open.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Congratulations.
For sure, for sure.
But your clothing line is not all about music. You get into fitness as well.
Yeah. We're trying to tap into all markets, man. Even with like you said, with the fitness side, I got 3 or 4 images right now. 2 images I'm running with, strong, and one of them, a lot of people kind of gravitate towards. It says, yeah, you put me on the spot. I can't think of the.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, remember the name of it, but it's basically saying to respect the weights, because if you go to the gym, for those who do go to the gym, you see a lot of ego lifters in there, and you don't have to lift heavy weight to get the results. And a lot of times when you're doing heavy weights and you're not getting the proper range of motion, therefore you start hurting yourself and shit like that. So it's pretty much saying it's the homage and respecting the weights for better results. That's what it said.
Okay.
Yeah.
You also got into podcasting. Actually, you did yours before we even started this.
Yeah.
You and the homie. Shout out to Chef Fly.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out,
be a
Mike.
homie. Be a homie.
From
What's
the
up?
porch.
Live from the porch. And
Live from the porch.
It's kind of funny you say that, man. And however you look at it, but we can say, man, we was the first one to say live for the porch, but now I see a lot of porch this and porch that. So it
Yeah.
just kind of tell me like,
Y'all were the first one.
great minds think alike, and then there's also, I say maybe a light bulb to people to run with your instinct, because you never know, people that come behind it, they'll take off what you have and they'll shoot it to the stars.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that consistency aspect too.
Oh, that's
You got to
the key to life.
follow through with everything,
To
man.
life, bro. To life. Because if you're not consistent, you're going to be starting over, starting and stopping. And then
Yeah.
the ones that keep running, they're going to lap your ass.
In fact, Mike in the chat right now, he said, "Where his shirt at?"
It's a lot of shots, man. What's going on?
I'm just saying, he's shooting them. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But I'm glad we finally got you in here. We had Mike in here a couple of times. I'm sure he'll be back too. He got a lot going on, a lot of foundation building right now.
Yeah, that's a good guy, man. Big homie, mentor. So yeah, Mike the guy.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, I guess we gonna do my thing. Let's get into this news, y'all. First off, let's start off with Puffy. Puffy has decided to give publishing back to all of the Bad Boy artists that were, I'm not going to say all of them, but most of the ones that everybody knew about. And mainly the ones they named was Mace, Faith, 112, and Biggie's estate. How y'all feel about that?
You being in the music business, how you feel?
Hey, it sounds good. Everything sounds good. But what does giving the publishing back equates to? And then what did he make prior to? This. That's what it's all about, the dollar bill. That's how I feel about it.
Right.
So I don't know what type of money he has made or has been gone, or when somebody get back your publishing, is it even worth anything now?
Right.
That's where I'm at. That would be my question. It's good to have ownership, but hey man, you guys in my same boat. They do things for us, but it's almost like they peeing on us and tell us it's raining. So you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Yeah. So I don't know. What about you, man? How you think about it?
Like you said, what it's worth now. I think it's good. He gave it back. What he made off of it, he got to sleep with that. You know what I'm saying? I listened to somebody say something years ago about publishing and what you do with it when you get it. A lot of people say they want their publishing, publishing, but when you get it, what do you do with it? Because if we give it back to you and you don't capitalize off it, like from what I read is if they remake the songs, the money go to them. You know what I'm saying? They get all the now how you go about remaking songs. I don't know. I don't know about all that. But I'm just saying if that's the way they go to get the money, that's cool. If you get your publishing and you don't do nothing with it, I mean,
What is the word?
Yeah, like I was listening to Mark Curry, was an artist that was on Bad
That's who
Boy,
Joe
and he
was
said he want his money.
Yeah.
He said the hell with the publishing, he want his money.
Yeah.
That's something him. You know,
That's the light skin guy, right?
Yeah. I'm looking at his catalog.
And that's where it comes into
I think
play.
I would want my money too because
ain't nobody listening to him right now.
Ain't nobody listening to him, so that's what I'm saying.
Ain't nobody listening to him back then. Like I know Mark Curry being on. We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, that was his biggest
Bad Boy
one.
for life. Yeah, like
Bad Boy for
I
life.
don't know what else he did with Puff. He might be a ghostwriter. I don't know. But for this man to say he want his money, maybe it's a conversation they need to have. You know what I'm saying?
Like I say, man, it sound good.
Right.
Well, yeah, Puff should have made money off of it. Of course, he'd be the big investor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how that go.
Yeah, allegedly they were saying that somebody was trying to throw a nine-digit figure at him.
And he said
And
no.
he said no, and that's when he gave it back. Also, Curry was saying that he has this VMA Lifetime something coming up. He got a new album coming out. So he was like, this is all fluff. Yeah,
Right.
Puff got all this stuff. So he was like, this is all fluff. So he want to look good when he go up, put this album out. He get this Lifetime award from the VMAs or something like that. So they were saying that this is literally just kind of fluff. But in the same sense,
I don't
like,
agree with that.
I don't either, because the thing is that first off, you made a whole lot of money off of this catalog. Number one, I get it, but that's what most CEOs do, especially with record companies in history.
Business
This is
period,
what they
shouldn't
do,
you though?
right? So, secondly, in Mace's case, his stuff is still in rotation, so he's still gonna be able to make money off of his stuff. The Locks, they still gonna be able to make money off of their stuff. Faith. Still 112. They still gonna, like you said, depending on what they do, which is not gonna be hard.
Right.
They gonna be able to make money. But Mark Curry, in the instance, like you said, a lot of people don't even know who this guy is.
Yes, it's irrelevant.
So yeah, give me my money and he said, I just want a meal to make my life better. And so that is a conversation that needs to be had. But
This guy sounds thirsty already.
I feel like he did the right thing though.
Let me ask you this: if you put in all this work, because we don't know all he did,
Mark Curry.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you feel like you've been unjustly done, are you not supposed to say something though?
Why you didn't say nothing 5 years ago?
From what I understand, he been trying to get it Puff about it. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing the Lock said years ago, man, is when it comes to that lawyer stuff, man, Puff like Teflon Don, like you can't really get to him like that.
He got money to get the best of the best.
Right.
And I heard that he didn't have the publishing at that point. I heard that somebody else had bought the publishing and all of that stuff, and he just recently got it back like a year or so ago. So it ran his contract with whoever he got the money from, and then he got it back. That's why he couldn't give it back when everybody was trying to get they publishing, trying to get their masters. I don't know how true that is, but I heard that.
I wonder what's going on. A lot of people doing the selling of the.
And that's what I think he gave it back for. That's why I'm gonna give him that credit for that. Like people like all the major artists that we know, if they get it and sell their catalog off for $10 million, whatever they can get, and then it's gone for what I think 7 years is the max they can do it, and then it comes back.
Right. So, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that's the way they got to get money, at this day and age, it seems like that's the way they got to get money, because we done seen some major artists sell their work.
Yeah, but like, why? This has been a big spike. That's my curiosity. Like, what's going on?
Ain't nobody buying. Streaming took over, so ain't no money in record sales unless you Drake. What's the little white girl name?
Rapper?
Nah.
Hillary,
Paris.
Nelly
Taylor,
Furtado.
No,
Nelly Furtado.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, yeah, he over there wild. Nelly Furtado. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like they selling partials or some of their catalogs for the bread, because unless you touring, you ain't making no money.
You ain't making no bread. Yeah,
So,
touring, the money is all into it. You're right.
And who gonna coming to the stage? Main event with Mark Curry. Like, I hate to put it like that, but you're like, who? I think of Mr. Cooper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's the only marker I know.
yeah, if that's the way of giving it back to them so they can make money off of it, I ain't mad at that.
No.
Now,
I had read he said, Puff said something about for black economic empowerment. this is the reason why he's doing
I
it.
ain't going with that.
That's what I read.
Yeah,
I ain't
he
going
used
with
that. He said that too when he pulled out with the liquor company when they dropped him. He was saying they weren't pushing his product in all the avenues that they would push their other people that had, liquor, and they weren't black.
Right.
He said they weren't pushing his liquor as strong as they was pushing
They were putting it in the hood.
everybody else.
Yeah.
They were just putting it in the hood.
Yeah.
So he was just the black guy.
Let me ask you this:
Talk to him.
if I front everything, do I really owe you a publisher?
Do you really know?
Like on the business side of it?
Nah,
Yeah,
no.
I really.
Because you put up the bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't really. I mean, I
But
think
we form these relationships and things like that. People say, yeah, he's
That's a
supposed to
good
be my
question.
man. Like,
That's
I'm
a
just
good
saying, like, if I put up everything, do I really, is your publishing really yours?
not really.
Because you sign,
I agree with you.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you sign contracts. You know, I get it. You show somebody 500,000, man, they living in the hood, man, they going to sign their name. I get that. But, I mean, did you not believe in yourself when you signed it?
Yeah, that's also why, like you say, during that process, you should be learning.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And leveraging your status to put you in a better position.
And I think it more so in today's industry, it's a lot easier to be independent. I think back then it was so much harder because if you weren't under those certain machines with the way the radio ran and dominated everything, it was hard to be independent and still go. The only person I knew that started and kept it going was Master P. Other than that, most people...
Was P always mad? I think he started with somebody.
No, he started with No Limit. He was independent. Selling out the trunk.
I'm pretty sure he signed some type of...
Before he
Later
started.
on. You think before? No, I think
before. He was
I
with
don't know about
somebody.
before, no.
I'm sure he did later on, but I think he started independent and put everybody on. But I just say that to say that, I think it's a lot more because you have so many different avenues to earn money off of your music. Based off of back then, you had to get some spin in the radio. That was really the only way you was doing it.
Yeah.
So
Information is just vastly available too, though.
Yeah.
Back then, everything was tight-lipped. Now you can...
You could pull up anything.
Anything.
Yeah, you can
And
pull up
learn,
anything.
yeah.
yeah, it said P started independent and then he signed with Universal.
Universal, that's what it is.
Okay.
For sure.
I mean, if you're doing it for an award, I think P name in the P. Puff name in the music industry, it is what it is. I don't think giving it back now just because he's going to receive an award that's really real. Because I mean, his name, we done seen many times where artists say, "Oh, you signed with him. There's a chance you might, die with him." You know what I'm saying? So I mean, maybe he just, he turned the leaf. Whatever people do, change.
I'm
You know
with
what
it.
saying?
I'm all for
and
it.
he still get money even off the giving back to publishing. You know what I'm saying? Like he still get money off that.
You got to know he's still going to...
Yeah, it's still a check he
something.
gonna get. Absolutely. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I mean, but we watch a lot of artists, man, fight for these publishers, man, and they get them and they don't do nothing with them. You just
Disappear.
can't. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, what kind of artist are you for somebody to want to hear you 30 years later? Like, even though we are seeing with the shows that's going on now that the younger crowds are not going out to their concerts, but the older people our age,
Are going to
they going to
now.
concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Good luck to everybody. In
Yeah, I
that.
heard you say older. You got to keep that to yourself, though.
You was born in like what?
He graduated in 01.
Yeah, I
Come
mean,
on,
you know
man.
what
I'm like, really? I didn't know we had this little baby in here.
Yeah, my bad, young fella. You know what I'm saying?
Young blood. Young blood nephew. It's all G. Moving on, man. Why are we talking about selling? And this is a personal question to you, but also just for the table. When you're selling your products, being a black man, do you want to focus more on saying this is black owned, or do you want to focus on the actual product?
Product for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Black owned, does it... I don't know. I think we got to get past that. Like, why is it always black this and first black to do that? I don't know. Product, like you said, quality, man. I want you to represent. I want you to recognize product.
Okay.
So you can tell your cousin. Yeah.
I'm on the fence with this one. I'm gonna let Ralph go with it because you. Okay.
I ain't ready yet.
Okay.
Well,
Let me tell you why I'm on the fence with it. I do understand what you're saying. I want it to just be the product because, like, when you go and you get Johnson & Johnson baby powder, it's Johnson & Johnson. You don't look to see if it's black. I get the anonymity, not knowing that it's black owned. But also, I think it's important to know that when you do make it as a black owned business owner, when you do make it to a certain level, you do want to know that it is that you're giving back. If I'm a consumer and I've made a conscious effort to say I only want to put money back into my community or people that look like me, I think it's almost needed to say that, hey, it is black owned. Like, and I use this example, Actively Black, their sportswear, their clothing line. It's great stuff. And when you look at it, it's just some good jogging suits, T-shirts, and this and that. And they lean more towards, black, like Black Panther stuff. They had the original, the real Black Panther, Marvel Black Panther, and the rest of it is just active gear. But he made a point to say, hey, this is a black-owned company, support it for what it is and the quality. And it's some good quality stuff. Tally and Twine, they make sure to say, this is black-owned, this and that. And when you look at the watch, it's a great watch, So that's why I'm kind of on the fence to where I can understand where you want to just get it for the product. You don't have to know that it's black-owned, but in the same breath, if you're trying to support black-owned businesses, I need you to know that this is black-owned.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that from that vantage point, but man, do we use that as a crutch a lot though?
That's why I asked the question.
I'm for real, because it's like, yeah, if it's black-owned, but is it gonna last? I'm all for bigging up the community. Don't get me wrong, definitely, but. Isn't that such a little bit of I'm gonna say racist, but maybe is bias the right word?
I mean, you the demographic you might be shooting for, it might be your own. You might not want, or your care might not be for everybody else to wear your product.
But why shouldn't it though? I'm just asking.
Because you might want to appeal to your people. Like your main thing might be your people.
Right.
So I'm not upset at that. I understand in the business aspect where I think you're going is, and I'm not putting words in your mouth, but you just want to sell a good product, regardless on who buys it. Me, on the other hand, I would care who wear my product. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm against anybody wearing my product, but I would want my support first to come from my own, because it's my product might represent us as a people. I don't want nobody wearing my product that really doesn't care about us as a people.
Agreed.
So I guess when other cultures pay attention to black-owned products, they really putting their foot down to say that they're gonna support whoever. You know what I'm saying? Because when you come to black-owned restaurants, who do you see in there? You don't see really no other race in there.
Shit.
What these restaurants at?
I was just at Slim and Husky, and I seen a white girl come sit down.
I think the demographic she's shooting for isn't black though.
Well, that was Three Brothers.
Well, yeah,
the pizza place.
I'm thinking. Okay, I don't think the demographic they shooting for is Slim and Husky. Like that's why I think it's named like that. It's black owned, but they don't push black owned. Ever since I've been here, I didn't even know it was black owned.
But the Slim and Husky?
Yeah, it started out in Memphis.
You see what I'm saying? So I didn't even know that. But when people put they foot down to say I'm black owned,
let me read
like
what
I think that really matters.
I'm gonna read what Josh said. She said, "We need to know things are black owned. The dollar doesn't circulate in our community long enough. Right. Only black people are concerned with making sure our dollars are in our community." And somebody else did it. I don't let anyone know because once it's known, people start criticizing it based on the homeboy scale.
It happens a lot too.
I'm okay with that.
What, to criticize?
Because you're gonna get criticized anyway just from you being black.
Right. Yeah, but maybe that person is saying
And asking for
criticizing me,
discounts
hating. Oh,
right
man,
off
come
the
on.
top.
All the time.
You gonna ask for a discount anyway.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. People gonna buy these high end.
They don't ask for discounts.
They go and
But
pay.
if they know it's
But you know who they don't talk to? They don't talk to the owners.
They don't talk to the owners. You're right. But I also, when damn, I can't think of this guy named Saya. You know who Saya is?
I know he is.
yeah.
Hey, this guy said the same thing, man. You know, these people looking for discounts and they direct with him. They get mad with him because he get fly. But again, you know,
And Sean doesn't like that.
Don't.
oh yeah, I had to run in with not like physically run in with him, but yeah,
You can pick your customers though.
yeah, man. I mean, this it's not a touchy subject like that. In my opinion, I just, man, I want everybody to wear my shit, you know, or spend it. I think sometimes when you start talking about black on, now what the person did say on there, you know, to keep the dollar circulating in the black community, that's dope. That's dope. We should do a lot more of that. But just to say, I want black people to support me first. Me personally, I don't. You know what I'm saying? If you like what I got going on, shop with me. That's kind of how I feel.
So let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
You walking down the street,
Yeah.
you see a T-shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
The dude just happened to have a Confederate flag in his hand,
Mm-hmm.
or let's say a Nazi flag. Let's get even more deeper in.
Mm-hmm.
You just care that he bought your shirt, or he got your shirt at that point.
Yeah.
So you in it for the product. You're not in it for nothing else. You just want to sell a shirt.
No. I want to see
I see what you did there, bro.
people in my
See how I dressed
garment.
that up a little bit? See how I dressed that up?
No,
I see what you did there.
But see, the thing about it, you know, when you look at it like that, people we work with, we don't agree with a lot of lifestyles. As many people we work with as pedophiles out there, but we still shake their hand.
I don't know no
If I don't know
pedophiles out
him,
there, bro.
yeah.
That's right.
I don't
You
know
don't
no
know.
Yeah,
pedophiles.
we don't know.
But I'm
You
talking
don't
about
know.
people I know.
If I saw somebody, you know, a Confederate guy, would it make me feel a certain way? Yeah, of course. But at the end of the day, this person bought into my brand. Now, will I rally behind him? No, I wouldn't.
But when the picture goes up and he has your shirt on,
Exactly.
Does that make
actually it does.
Yeah.
my company look bad, right?
Actually it does.
As a representation of
Like we see every day where athletes and actors and stuff, they mess up, and the brand, hell, the brand we work for, you come out there acting crazy, they gonna pull away from you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I totally agree. I totally agree.
I mean, just me being me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
Just me being me. I don't think black people should be ashamed to say they own something.
Not
You
by
know what I'm
far.
saying? Like, we went so many years, hey, we still in it now. It's hard to get property, you know, to even start a business. So for me to be able to go through all them loops, all that nose, and because I'm black and all that, when I get to the point where I can open the door to my business, I don't think I should shy away from at any point the fact that this business is black owned. You know, everybody always talking about what their ancestors did as far as coming over there and with nothing, this story that they tell, which I think is complete nonsense, but okay, whatever. I can't prove it, but I just think it is. And they build themselves up and they open their business. We were born here.
Yeah.
So all the trials and tribulations when people come over and benefit off the back of us as black Americans, because we put it down for everybody that come over, Jamaicans, Africans, whatever. We put it down because this is us.
Right.
I don't think we should have to shy away at no point to say, yo, this mine.
No. It's not being ashamed of saying black product. I don't think that's what you was asking.
No, it's what happened was what the way that you worded it made it seem like your priority was selling. When we hear that, it's like, okay, but if you have a message, which you explained to us in the beginning, there's certain message, and all of it wasn't racial or cultural. It has something to do with weightlifting, and then you have some cultural ones as well.
Absolutely.
So when we hear that, you were just kind of like, okay, if the Confederate supporter had my shirt on, you just kind of like, you were just kind of like on the fence with it. And so for us, when we hear that, it's like, okay, you got to take a stance to the point to say, okay, either I stand behind what my creative juices are putting out, or I just want to sell.
I'm black first.
Okay.
I'm be pro black first. You know, I'm gonna stand with us. But I mean, it's business. You ain't in business to just sit around. You're in business to make money. Now, I'm not gonna be in bed with people knowing they're racist or knowing they're white supremacists. But you know, if a white supremacist bought the T-shirt, how much power do I have right there? I didn't physically sell it to him, so you know. That's why I'm at with that one. I'm not siding.
I get what you're saying. I want to reply to Shannon here. You said you have a client who intentionally didn't want her picture on the site because she felt like she wouldn't be given the same opportunity as any other business. It can work against us. My question would be with her is this: why would you even want to be in business at any point with somebody you got to hide intentionally to just get in the door? That just doesn't add up to me. If I gotta in any way hide my blackness, my whatever,
but people do it all the time.
Then I asked them people, did you sell your soul for what you got?
They did.
And
in my opinion.
Absolutely they did. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
Opinion, yeah.
So with that being said, it's like at what point do this is I think what really stops us from getting to that next level, because the dollar controls us so much that we even willing to sell our souls. And in this instance, I mean in our blackness, just for the dollar,
for the bread, yeah.
And then we wonder why Jews are so further along than us. Mexicans coming up real quick. One thing we can say about the LG, I meant the Latin. Excuse me, I don't want to say Mexicans.
Yeah, Latins.
The Latins. You look at one thing about the LGTB. QRS, whatever, when they stick together, they untouchable. If we ain't learned nothing as black people from just watching that, then we got a problem.
But that's it in itself, bro. We don't have any morals and principles. Or the ones that we have, they're so weak, you know, they're easy breakable. So that's what we got to get back to as a whole.
Craig Crespo, what if white people put a white-owned label on their business? Everything we in this world that's going on is white-owned. So what are you talking about?
That's like the norm. That's just like it's
It's
like waking up and breathing.
They don't need a sign because we already know.
Right.
Because they're not letting nobody else in. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's second nature.
It's not so much that they ain't letting nobody else in, bro. We're keeping us at bay, though.
They're not letting people in either.
He just spoke about the Latins, the Latinos. You go down Forest Park. I remember Forest Park was kind of bare. Within these last 15 years, they got a Latino plaza. Insurance, grocery store.
Absolutely.
Laundromat.
Yep.
You go down another block. It's the same repeat. Like, but Forest Park, from my understanding, one time was predominantly, I guess, white, maybe lower class white. But I know when I first come out here to Clayton County, it was all black. Well, for the most part, black. So why didn't we take advantage of that?
Were we able to? Because I've noticed that. Let's just use this as an example. Let's take beauty supply stores.
Yeah.
It's celebrated when somebody's black gets a beauty supply store. We spend more money in a beauty supply store than anybody else.
Yeah.
But we don't own none of them. Or we don't own many.
We don't own many.
Because why though? It ain't because we ain't tried.
They won't let us in.
How can they not let us in when we're contributing with the money though? That's
because they taking our money. They don't want your ideas. They want your dollar. Just like you.
That's what I'm saying. If
you come
we pool that bread.
You talking about collecting
you have people.
Yeah.
No, but see, they have the resources. This is the thing. They have the line on the resources. So when they get to the point to where, okay, we making all the money off of you, and then you don't got your money up, we got our money up, and we go to them and they say, hey, we want our own, and they're like, nah, we ain't gonna be able to do that. But what we will do is we'll give you a little subsidiary to just kind of, hey, y'all just go off to the side. And
who was Madam C.J. Walker?
She started it.
What?
What's that? The hot cone?
Or
so we can't do that.
But
you said do it again?
No, we can't create.
That was off of natural stuff. Today the stuff ain't natural. So the stuff that's being now is being produced overseas. It's being mass produced. So that's what they go and they getting now. So we don't have the plug on that, and they don't want to give us the plug on that. Chris Rock did a documentary on it.
I got the perfect example. You take the NBA.
Yeah.
It's what, 36 teams?
Something
32
like that, I
teams.
guess, yeah.
32 teams. It was one black owner out of 32 teams, and he had to be the greatest, labeled the greatest of all time, just to even get in. But the way he got in was Bob Johnson, owner BET, bought a team, and then sold it to Mike. You think Michael Jordan ain't got the money to buy a team? Like, you think about him, Magic Johnson, like players that actually made some money. They still can't get in. You look at the NFL. There's no black. Well, there's one. Arthur Blank. He's the only black owner in the NFL.
I didn't know he was black.
He mixed, ain't he?
What the hell he talking about, man?
Arthur Blank ain't black?
No, he white.
Damn, he got some good ass hair like a brother. You know what I'm saying? Okay, then you got, okay, so then you have none in the NFL.
Yeah.
You take baseball. None.
No.
We done made a lot of money in these sports, man.
Yeah, we have, but here goes this thing like you just said in the beginning, in my
Damn, I
opinion.
thought he was black. No, he ain't black.
The dollar. The dollar is the big thing, you know. These guys can pull away from the NBA, NFL, and go with the big three, but you got to take a pay cut.
The sacrifice.
Who going to sacrifice? It's not many that's willing to sacrifice to make a difference. That's why, again, in my opinion, what I'm saying, we collectively, you know what I'm saying, not ready. And so when we keep saying we want to advance, but who's really willing to sacrifice, or what are you willing to sacrifice? And it all boils down to their bread.
What about people that got the bread?
Yeah, that's
the people who has the bread, but it still have to be the players to follow them to want to go into these, to make that difference or to make that shift. How about that? You know, Dame Dash says he has his own TV company. I did just say it's some BS. Let's just say that, but it can be something if 50 Cent take his ideas and put it over there. And I'm just using him like a hypothetical.
So you speaking on the unity part of it.
right.
We don't have that. We lack that. That was kind of my point towards the Latinos. And I could be all the way wrong about the Latin community, but it seems to be that they work together to get what they need, and then they expand. We worrying about, Sean making $2 more than me.
Let me ask you this.
Instead of seeing the longer picture.
I agree.
You say they work together.
It appears that
They do. We
appears.
them Middle Easterns, from what I don't witness, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Growing up, how many people lived in your household that wasn't part of your immediate family though?
Now, my whole immediate family was there, but what was happening was my dad and his brothers, they pretty much was in the household together.
Right.
I come from a family-oriented spot, you know what I'm saying, for what it's worth.
But what I'm talking about, like, was grandma there? Like, how many generations were in that one household? So one thing is us, as I'm saying, just us as people.
Yeah.
Once we get 18,
We try to dip.
we and in some cultures, you dip to go find your way. Some cultures you dip, you know what I'm saying, for other reasons. But if you feel you ready to get out here, and you could be wrong, but you willing to get out there and try, are you wrong for that?
Not wrong for trying, but man, we lacking the information. The information is, if that 18-year-old is ready to flight, does he have 20,000 in his bank account? I'm just saying, a nest egg. Did we prepare the 18-year-old to get out there on his own?
Who fault is that though?
The parents.
Okay.
Well, it's not even really the parents' fault.
Oh yeah, all day long.
It's still a kid. That person is still a kid. Well, let's really just say 21. 21, you know what I'm saying? But that's when you can really go and do your thing. But you still should be informed, I think. And who should be informed should be the parents or the mentor. But that shift has happened now. Like, we are the ones who are going to teach our kids about success, for lack of better words. When I was growing up, it was just graduate and get a job. Now I'm trying to tell my daughter
the American dream.
It was.
That's what it was, but we wasn't included in it.
Exactly. But now I'm saying, hey man, think about what you want to do and create a job so you can be the boss. You don't want to be a worker. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a worker. I'm definitely a worker. But go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go keep talking.
No. That's just what I'm saying. So the information is just lost. That's what I'm saying, or it's not passed down and not prepared for the young.
Do you believe everybody should be an entrepreneur like that?
No, everybody not fit to be a boss.
Right.
You're gonna need some workers, but you definitely know your stock. I mean, you know what I'm capable of. You wouldn't put me in a position to fly a plane, knowing I can't fly a plane.
You can't even spot me at the gym, bro.
Couldn't even spot you at the gym. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Let me ask you this. This is from another fellow entrepreneur that does his own line, has our own apparel.
Yeah.
Mike, shout out Mike. He said all money is not good money. If somebody racist or totally opposite demographic buying your stuff, you're doing a horrible job at linking your identity with your business, unless you're trying to do that.
Yeah, but how do you know who you're selling to? If 50,000 people online buy your stuff, you don't know who you're selling to.
I give you that.
Now, if I'm
Now we gave you the situation. We're gonna go off of the situation we gave you. So, like he said, if you knew this guy was a racist guy, a Confederate flag toting fella walking around with his Staus shirt on, and you saw him right there, at that point, what would your reaction be?
Of course, I would feel some type of way, but what can I do when he has my shirt on? I mean, quite naturally. What am I going to go beat him up or antagonize him?
Me personally, I would ask, "Hey, bro, where you get that shirt from?"
Now, see, you barking up a tree. You open up a door for something that you already know is going to go wrong. If you plainly see that this guy is a racist, so you coming for the smoke. So now you gotta be ready to come with whatever come behind that smoke. Now, if I was hand to hand,
if it's my name, I'm fine with the smoke.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because some race is gonna make you. You know what happens a lot of times too, man. We're talking about races or people like that. A lot of times they bark, but they're not ready to bite. But you may be ready to bite. So guess what? You done tricked yourself off the street and you done played into they design. So I mean, I don't know. Would I sell to a racist? No.
Knowingly.
Knowingly. No.
Right.
I wouldn't do that.
Right. Okay. I see we were kind of in two different spaces with that. Okay. All right. Okay. We still on the news. God dang.
Come on with it.
Go ahead.
We gonna move on because these other ones was kind of quick. Somebody else died at Lake Lanier. I done told y'all, stay the hell out of Lake Lanier. They done had 8 deaths this year. It's been 4 in the last 4 weeks. So somebody done died every weekend at Lake Lanier in the last month. Y'all stay out of there. And the thing is, I read up on the story. The history of it, it wasn't just flooded with black people. It wasn't a city of black people that got flooded. What happened was it was a city where there was a predominantly black demographic where the blacks were, when we talked about last week, you're for segregation. They had their own community and they were well off and they didn't need help from anybody else. And what happened was a 18-year-old white girl was raped and beat and nobody knew the circumstances. So they got the 3 youngest black teenagers and hung them and blamed it on them without any evidence or anything. And so from that point on, they started doing all of the stuff that they were doing back then to get rid of black people. And the black people were pushed out of that city. It was called Oscarsville. And then later on, that's when they went ahead and opened the dams up for the Chattahoochee and they flooded it. So that's why they say Lake Lanier is haunted. So y'all stay the hell out of Lake Lanier. Another one. Vine City Walmart. It was closed a year ago. Suspected arson for a fire. It's been closed a year. They're about to reopen in May 2024. And this will be the first Walmart. And they're just doing the supermarket. They're not doing a full Walmart. Because if you know, it's down there by the AU Center with all the colleges. It's kind of small. But they're putting a police station inside of the Walmart. What y'all think about that?
But that's what I'm saying, man. Like, why? We have to get, overall, us three, we probably can say we get on the same page. But as a group, man, we need to get together and feel like, well, this some bullshit. there shouldn't be a reason why I have to fear of going into my own community to shop. Now, me personally, some people just gonna have to go. Now you can interpret that however you want to.
I was about to ask that.
Yeah,
Right?
because that's just what it is. Some people just not gonna act right. Now, people can say, "Who am I to, cast that stone or pass that judgment?" But it is what it is. But at the same time, black shouldn't. It shouldn't. Man, we just got to do better, bro. We got to do better. If we want the finer things, it's so much that we can provide, but we can't because Mike want to throw trash on the ground, little stupid stuff, or the kids get together and they all alley because they don't have the proper home training. It's a lot we have to go back and restructure and redo, because just like you just said, there was a thriving community up in Lake Lanier. Mm-hmm. You said all black, right, or predominantly black?
It wasn't predominantly black, but there a section that was black
that was doing good.
They were doing well. They didn't need help from
That's
nobody.
What I'm saying. That's what
and
we
they pushed them out.
We got to get back to that.
And that's because all the things you're saying, I look at it as the system. So if you see, like you said, people that's throwing trash, kids that want to fight all the time, that want to steal, you got to look back at how was this kid raised?
Yeah.
Was there a father in the house? Was it a 2-parent home?
Yeah.
Did they have sufficient means to come along and be able to go to school without have to worry about what they're going to eat?
Yeah.
Or did they go to school or did they? And then you just got some of them kids that grow up in the burbs and just want to be hood because they see it and they think it's cool.
They think it's cool.
But usually in these situations, it's ingrained in them that that's survival, and it's not. In some cases, it's just you do it because you feel like you can get away with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You feel like you have to do it because you can get away with it. And then I hit the people saying that it's always greener on the other side. But then when you get over on the other side, you trash that too. Mm-hmm. So when is it ever greener if you don't want to do the work to keep it green?
Because we don't have them principles ingrained in us, bro. In my opinion. Not worldwide, but as a collective.
A lot of sporting arenas we go into got jails in them. I don't know if people know that. A lot of them had jails in them, in the bottom somewhere off to the side. Mm-hmm. Things happen.
Yeah.
You get caught stealing, you should go to jail. You're living in the Middle East, Pakistan somewhere. It get real.
Yeah, they taking something off.
I mean, if they can, if they can show that they theft is so high, that maybe if just by putting a jail in there, ain't nobody saying they got to use it unless you give them a reason to. Mm-hmm. But just to know it's a jail in there might bring the theft down a little bit. They ain't gonna get rid of it. But like when you go to these arenas and you want to get in a fight, you need to understand like you might get locked up
tonight.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it could be a scare tactic. And, I'm pretty sure it'll be used.
I'm sure it'll be used, man. I mean, cut you off, bro. I just hate that because, man, we're so greater than what we are as a whole, or how we look at it. It's just a few that'll fuck it up, and then everybody, trust me, I've been one of the ones who
absolutely. We all been young before. I've done things we ain't no business doing.
Yeah, right. and even now I still be on it, but I said nah. I done matured a lot, you know what I'm saying? So some people don't have that self-control, for lack of better words, So, some people may be stealing food, I don't know, because they have to.
Right.
But that's not many, bro. Like you said, some of them, they just doing it just because.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Have you ever been to that Walmart?
Yeah.
I've been in there.
Yeah.
I go in that Walmart one day, and I was thinking, like, how does management allow this? This girl is on her phone.
And working.
Yeah. And she's doing the most.
Right.
So, again, what I'm saying.
When was this, when you saw that?
Man, this was
a couple years
ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I think a lot of times now what companies are doing is, like, the manager is probably some 22-year-old to where they don't have integrity in their job. I just want to come get my check.
Mm-hmm.
So if I come out and I check this clerk that's on our phone, now we finna have a full argument.
Mm-hmm.
The girl on the phone feel like she's entitled to do what she wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
The manager is 21, 22-year-old, just graduated out of college.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I finna go out here and argue with this person? As long as the job gets done and we up out of here, clock in, clock out, and go home. Integrity has lost its way in today's society.
Big time.
And I think that's the problem because I see it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I see it a lot, even where we are. The integrity is gone, accountability is gone, and I feel like a lot of that has to do with folks just want to get done with whatever they're doing and not put forth an experience or put forth a effort to say, okay, come back.
Mm-hmm.
I got your money now, so get out of here.
Get out of here. And that really just hurts the owners at the end of the day. And they kind of know. I'm sure they know.
I mean, they making sacrifices for business.
Who?
Companies.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's and we're running into, like you saying, we're running into the product of fatherless house homes, single mother house homes, however you want to put it. The lack of just morals being, taught, things like that. And they over 21 now. And they need jobs. So companies are saying they might not be here long, but they going to be here as long as they can. I need them. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we are. I want to go back to something said in the comments. Shannon said, is there enough room in these jails for petty thieves? How much would you let somebody steal from you before you actually did something about it? You can't just if I just keep walking in your store every day and stealing something, and you looking at it as petty. At what point do you say enough with the petty thievery? I need to do something about it.
Yeah, but see, that's when you start working into these laws and stuff, man. These people who do those petty crimes, they know. They are well versed.
Absolutely, they know.
They know.
I might go for the night.
That's it.
And I'm out. They ain't getting no real time for that unless you know what I'm saying.
I kind of like what you tapped on with these other countries. I maybe not go as far as say cut their hand off, but start caning some of these people.
Absolutely.
I mean, capital punishment. I'm for capital punishment.
Or cut their hand off.
Something.
What'll happen is
just public humiliation at this point.
We need if we're gonna do it, we need to touch
somebody. We need to touch somebody.
But what's gonna happen is it's not gonna be for our generation. Like everything takes time. So it may be the kids to start seeing the real peacefulness, you know what I'm saying, or freely to move about if we start implementing such things. But again, we're not going to do that because I think at the end of the day, it's all about the dollar. I don't really know how that equates to money, but I'm sure jails are privately ran and owned, so it's just big business.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is why things aren't corrected.
Absolutely.
So again, if we just start going back to strengthen our community, because you guys were talking about, the black product, a lot else has to come with that though. Black product.
Okay.
I want to end this with this. You said we had to do better. I agree. Sean, you said it's a lot to do with just people just want to do. As a business owner, I'm just want to do too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let somebody continuously take from my hard work. We are a country big on forgiveness without accountability.
Accountability, I like that.
And that's why a lot of things go the way they do. And I agree with how things are done in other countries. You know what I'm saying? Where you get touched if you violate. Because they prove it. They don't speculate, they prove it. And then you get your body touched on. And if that ain't enough, because they ain't just hitting you in the jaw and you go on about your business. You get lifelong lessons.
Missing some digits.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
We need to harden in some ways and we need to soften in some ways. But to take away from somebody's hard work To me, that's dirty business right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say I got a T-shirt. I'm gonna use me because I don't want to use you because you actually doing things.
It's okay.
No, I just don't want to put that in the air.
Karma, got you.
Yeah, and let's say I'm selling T-shirts, right? I go to work one day. I'm doing it out my house. You know what I'm saying? My house get broken into. They take all my T-shirts, and then I end up catching. Am I supposed to just? That's okay. Just give me my shirts back. Am I supposed to get some justice for that? Because it could be street justice done, or we can go with these white man laws.
Yeah.
But I've been violated. You know what I'm saying? What supposed to happen at that point?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
and 9 times out of 10, they'll do it again.
Yeah, what's supposed to happen is you call 911. That's what's supposed to happen. We know that's not what's going to happen.
Right.
So, again, you have to just be accountable for your actions.
And then the minute I pull that heater out, then I got all different kind of problems. Because at that point, they didn't have no threat towards me. They just had my stuff.
Yeah. And it's crazy that it's like that, man.
Man.
I agree with you, bro.
So, that's all I had on that.
Don't come barking around here because we're going to fuck y'all up.
Go ahead, man.
Fellas, we got time for one more.
We got as much time as we want, dog. It's ours.
Cause I say one more because this one's going to be a long one. First off, I'm going to give y'all a chance. I'm going to give y'all an option which one y'all want. Y'all want to talk about Brickgate or y'all want to talk about AI? Artificial intelligence.
Want me to guess?
Which one you want, Kwame?
No. I like this Brickgate thing because my opinion or my response is open and close. Okay. This with the female, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I saw it, and I think I saw a little bit of her rebuttal. If you put your hands on somebody, something's going to happen. Because it was a guy, you know.
Now, before you go,
go ahead.
That didn't happen at the same time.
Oh, it did not? Okay.
No. So that was like a stitching of what she previously did to somebody else. So nobody actually saw her get hit with a brick. Nobody recorded it. Okay. So the first thing you saw was her in the hospital with her face swollen, and you know what she was saying then. Somebody stitched how she had previously would be out talking to people, slap them and going and was twerking and all of that stuff. So that wasn't the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so these are two separate incidents. I just want to give you that clarity before you go.
No, I can't go then because I was going off of that.
Okay. That was a different situation.
Yeah, because I thought she had slapped the guy, and then she in return got hit with the brick. So how did she end up getting hit with the brick then?
This is what she said. She said that some guy asked for a number, and the fact that she didn't want to give her a number to this person, he picked up a brick and hit her in the face with it.
Yeah.
But there is no video of this. And so usually in situations like this, as many cameras and cell phones as we have around in the world today, somebody usually catches something. So that's one of the things that's out there now, like, did this really happen or did she do this to herself? Because they also brought up another case where she hurt herself intentionally to get a GoFundMe and got some money off of GoFundMe. So that's why people are like, okay, well, where's the video you getting hit with all of these people out here? So 9 times out of 10, look at society today. When an argument happens, what's the first thing everybody doing? We've argued society on this. Like, as grown men, our first thought when we see an altercation is not to pick up our phone. But today's society, that's the first thing they do.
Pick their phone up.
Pick their phone up.
Record.
So in a situation like this that's escalated to where somebody is picking up a brick, don't you think somebody will have a video?
I do. I definitely do.
You notice when you see these videos and all that, if somebody's not in on it, you only really see the after. You don't see the initial. You only see what happens unless somebody already in on it, or unless you got a security camera or something that just happened to catch it.
Right.
You never see the actual beginning. Before we go off into the whole investigation of the brick, are we about to talk about protection of black women? Or are we just what are we doing here?
We can go all into it based off of what's been out there.
because that was her main thing when she made her video.
Her
I heard her
video.
say,
She said all these black men were around when I got assaulted.
Right.
Right.
Then a black man came out, said he was out there, and he would do the same thing he did
Yep.
the first time because of her reputation, and he would just stand and watch. That was tough. That was tough. That was tough. Everybody, see, my thing was this: when it comes to protection, it's not always a physical that somebody needs to do to stop a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see a man getting into it with a woman, you don't even have to go over that way. You could be like, hey, somebody gonna get attention. You know what I'm saying? And he might draw it towards you. He might, you know, you never know what can happen. I get that. But my only problem with us as black men is we so tough towards each other. We'll protect the homie in a minute. The homie getting something, we jumping in. We don't even know what the hell happened. The homie could be wrong as hell. And the time that a woman, she might not even be wrong. I'm not even talking about that brick thing. 'Cause my whole ideal on that is they together, and she just took one for the video. That's just how I looked at it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We make so many excuses why not to protect a black woman. I looked at our page, Kwame. You didn't even say nothing on the page, so this isn't to you. And I seen no's. I seen you can die from, you know, getting into other people's business, and that's all true. But you can die from getting into business that you know. You can die not even being involved at all. So when it comes down to our reasons, and black women, let's be clear. We can take this all the way back to our ancestry, to slavery. Black men have really let black women down for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black men back then didn't die for their daughters. They gave their daughter up. Let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? Am I out here jumping in everything I see? No. So I ain't gonna sit here and play that. But I ain't also been in a situation where I seen a brother beating the shit out of a sister, and I just let me get in my car and leave. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
Like that's my only issue, man. You don't always have to get physically involved to make something stop. You don't. We done seen people get into it at the job, and you hear a voice come out of nowhere like, y'all need to chill, and next thing you know, it chill.
Yeah. I think with that, man, you definitely right, but again, like I said before, bro, when you make that move, are you ready for what can come behind that?
Absolutely.
Coming to a woman's aid or anybody's aid, or if you see two people fighting in the street, maybe somebody is screaming, the guy that's screaming, and you're going to help him, but he was the person who was in the wrong.
He's in the wrong.
So it's hard, but to leave a woman out there stranded, because I would want someone to help my little girl, right?
And that's all, dog. I wanted you to say, because I said it to a brother in the page. He kind of hurt him and his wife kind of hurt my feelings.
What they say?
Because their whole thing was stay out of it. And she's a wife, she's a mother,
Yeah.
she's a sister to us on the show, and her husband's a brother to us, and he's a father. And you ain't always with your wife and kids.
Yeah.
So do you want everybody around to have the same mentality as you think because your people ain't out there acting up, that you shouldn't be bothered? Because you might say your people ain't out there in the streets acting up. That don't mean danger can't find them.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
And would you want somebody to say, ain't my business, and just keep going? Like, I got daughters, I got a mother, I got a sister. Like, yo, man, you might not know me, but if you could just de-escalate something, I'm so appreciative of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but accountability too, man. Like,
You either got it or you don't, dog.
Yeah, and that's what I was finna say. I can't sit and watch a dude put his hands on a woman and not react. That's just innate in me.
But guess what though, bro? Because we talking about man and woman, but women be out here testing the line.
Absolutely.
A lot.
Of course.
Now,
Let me ask you this: can she beat you?
I know that.
You know she can beat you.
But guess what, bro? I'm telling you, it's a couple out there that
Can she?
I know she cannot. Most women can't. But at the same time, like I said before, if you put your hands on somebody,
Absolutely.
there's 2 kids in my house right now, and they relatively the same age, and we get on the boy for messing with the girl all the time. What defending himself.
Right.
I also say, hey, don't allow her to do that, or she shouldn't do that because
Right.
she's gonna mess with somebody else.
Absolutely. Somebody gonna handle their business. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So I think
I do agree that with you 100%. Women shouldn't be putting their hands on men. Absolutely not. Unless you in a place where you got to defend yourself, he in there beating the shit out of you, and you grab a stick or something, or you just get tired of this shit and you just start hitting him back.
Right.
But to initiate a fight with a man,
They beside
it's
yourself.
tough, man.
You beside yourself.
Like, that's wrong.
And I think some of them use it to an advantage because they know we're not going to apply our full force.
You know what, bro? I can't even say that. I done seen some brothers, man, go to work.
but as a whole though. I agree
Yeah,
with you.
just as a whole.
I agree with
and
you.
that's why
But
they
you're
kind of
right.
feel
I've
like they
seen
can
it.
get
You know
away
what I'm
with it.
saying?
And
I've seen
it's
it.
wrong. Like, it's wrong.
Right.
Totally for them to think that they could just hit a man. Like, you just come up and slap a man. Of course, I'll take a slap. It's fine. You punch me in my face. Hold on now. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab you because I know I'm stronger than you. I'm going to grab you and put you in some kind of hole to where I'm just going to hold you. I'm not finna just start pummeling you. But you can't, Nathan put in the group the other day, you cannot dictate how somebody responds to your actions when they have done something to you violently. You can't dictate that.
You can't dictate it, but what are we saying? It still roll back to the point of protecting that woman.
Like, what,
I mean,
like,
it's
like,
rough, bro.
It's rough.
That's
That's
it's
a
a thin
tough
line.
one, man.
It's
That's
a thin
tough.
line.
I can't be mad at. I guess I can't be mad at the brother who say, "I don't want to get involved." Cause we just seen last year.
Yep.
Was with the brother was at the
Brother
gas
at the
station
gas
at
station.
2 a.m. Him and lady was arguing.
He jumped in.
He ended up dying.
He got
She-
shot.
He got
she
shot.
got in the
She
car
jumped
with
in the
him,
car.
and they left.
What to do?
What now?
This happened on East Side.
Yeah.
The girl did what?
They was
They
at
were
the
arguing.
gas station arguing. It was 2:30 in the morning. They was at the gas station arguing. A brother intervened. He ended up getting shot and dying.
And died.
The lady jumped in the car with the brother that shot
shot
them,
him and left.
and they left.
Yeah. That happens to. I know we're getting away from it a little bit, but that's the same thing. Somebody posed that same type of deal. What if your daughter calls you, and
She said, "Daddy, this dude just knocked the shit out of me."
he knocked the shit out of me, right?
What?
So, but that's a prime example. So for me, of course, I would be hot.
Right.
I would be steaming hot. But I always try to prepare myself if that was to ever happen. I say, hey man,
For the worst.
are you coming with me?
Absolutely. Where we going from here?
Now if she say, oh, I love him, I know I'm talking rationally now, but I probably would try to do something. But that's how we play ourselves out the street a lot too. We go up here and handle this guy or try to handle this guy.
Right.
Go to jail and my little girl back over
Right
there
back over
Right.
with him.
So again, even just backpedaling to the whole situation of intervening, I think you all were saying if we were at a game and we seen a man and a woman going at it, should we try to intervene? Yeah, y'all stop. But guess what? Sometimes when we say y'all stop and the guy calm down and the girl keep going, what do we do then? I'm asking.
Then you gotta tell,
gotta
hey
suppress
man, you
I'm
gotta
saying
stop,
we gotta
man.
suppress who?
No,
The
you
one
ain't,
with-
you ain't
got
gotta
to-
touch nobody, but you
No.
need to keep talking to her like, hey man, you need to shut up. You gotta
The girl,
you gotta knock it off.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you wildin'. You gotta knock it off. He didn't. 9 out of 10, man. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Our last resort. I'm gonna give brothers more credit than I probably should, but I love my people. Is we don't ever think about hitting her. We just want her to shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And of course, women love to. They know what buttons to push on
Yeah.
you if y'all really in
Yeah.
a full fledged relationship,
Absolutely.
whatever. So they know what they can say to you, and they know what they can say to that hoping you don't hit them. Some women, man, they into that kind of shit.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? Which that's a whole different
but-
trauma that
But
needs to be discussed.
that goes up from the upbringing. But
like
go ahead,
like
bro.
some women understand like they gonna hit a man and they expect him to hit her back. You expect a man to hit you back.
That's how he showed me love.
There you go. So that's a whole different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
There's
saying?
plenty of women out there.
Absolutely,
like
absolutely.
that. Yeah. It's rough, man. I like to say if I saw something, I probably 9 times out of 10 I'm going to intervene. I just hope I could be.
You hope you go home
in the right spot. Yeah, bro.
That's what you hope you go home. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, and I don't really hit on the religious side of it. But if I'm in a situation, God gonna lead the way if He want me to go.
There it is.
And I believe that wherever He lead me at that moment, He got me ready for whatever about to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So if that's my end of my journey, He already said it.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
You stood your assignment. Though.
I did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah. That's facts.
And if He, because He give me every thought I have. So if He take it the other way, and He be like, hey, Rob, this ain't it. Don't get in the car.
Well,
It's hard, man.
hey, bro, it's hard. Well,
It's hard.
I like the intervening part, but what about the police brutality side too? Though? I know we saw talking about women, but
No,
when do we intervene with that? I've seen, I seen these girls, the young girls, they were at a pool party and this police was handling this one girl. He's having her way with him, and she's a teenager.
In today's society, and I hate to say it, I'm gonna have to record it.
Damn.
Now, if I see him, because as soon as I put my hands on him, I'm catching charges too.
You definitely are.
I'm catching charges, no matter if I'm in the right
Can they say
morally.
you interfering with it.
Right, morally, I'm doing the right thing. Legally, I'm in the wrong. I'm finna catch some charges. So when it comes to the police and they doing some stuff, I'm gonna make sure that I record it.
You know what I look at, man? I look at the George Floyd situation. And if one person would have risked it all, just to knock the cop
Off of
Off
of
of
him,
them.
he'd probably still be here.
maybe.
Maybe.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And the other person probably still be in jail.
Definitely going to be in jail. Definitely going to be in jail.
I don't think the person that stopped it would be locked up, because if it's all filmed. One thing about let me say this. Listen, and I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in.
Yeah.
Let's say the person white.
Yeah.
Completely
Let's
different.
say the person white, and they stop it. I don't think society let that person sit in jail.
Definitely not. He probably wouldn't even go to jail.
Even if they black, I don't either though.
It isn't.
I feel like they would go to jail because if they were black, and I'll say this, because we didn't foreshadow George dying. So what they see is, and what they put out is, this cop, quote unquote, holding this man down from, he wasn't a threat to nobody. And then you see this black guy coming and tackling the cop off of him. And then the other two cops jump on the brother.
Right.
They're not going to show the other 14 minutes of his knee on his neck.
Yeah.
They ain't had the only camera out there though. We would see it though.
You know they got laws now that they
Yeah, but
got
them
where
laws,
people
they
can't
but they wasn't-
record the cops.
It wasn't in effect then.
It wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and some people don't give a shit about that law, man.
No.
They gonna record what they, especially if it's a cop, they gonna record it, dog, and take
For sure.
take the misdemeanor they gonna get. They gonna get fined. They ain't about to go sit down nowhere.
Right.
So
right.
if, some things you gotta say, man, it's worth it.
But guess what, man? That's why I just say,
I get it.
As a whole, we not ready, bro. Because
And that's real.
because just like Sean just said, and I'm not pointing a finger at you.
No, you good.
I'm going to record, but even myself, bro, I be thinking sometimes, damn, what would happen if I saw a little girl getting manhandled by a cop, or you,
Right.
or you?
We just seen a young man get slammed by a truancy officer.
Damn.
That was on the
Well,
news.
a one-on-one, of course, or whatever. You got to kind of hold. I'm talking about multiple. Just what are you willing to risk? Like until we were ready to risk it all.
Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like we have to. I don't know how.
Yeah, we don't have the answer.
But until we pull together some type of contingent plan, bro, money wise, and really backing each other, we not gonna be ready to fight that real big fight, man. And when I'm saying the big fight, I'm talking about having the backing against the police. So when you go to jail, there's already money set aside for
Ben Crump already there.
Yeah.
I think it starts before the money. I think it starts in the community.
Yes.
That's what we don't fell off in the community.
We fell off with that because the police have tore down the gangs. Like people people look down on these gangs and stuff, and of course they all messed up now. But from my understanding, when they first set out, it was for the betterment of the community.
You talking about gangs?
Gangs, period. Yeah.
I don't know enough history on
I do.
gangs.
He right. The Crips was founded on that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's community revolution in progress or something like that. I don't know.
You don't need money to get a point across. You need belief and heart to stand for whatever it is you trying to get done.
No,
And action.
also power in numbers. I'm sorry, but power in numbers.
I mean, but I'm just saying, as far as
The catalyst.
if we really want to make a change,
yeah.
the power is in numbers, but you got to have the belief and the heart to even stand for it. Man, you got people. Let's say you in a break room.
Yeah.
You hear a joke. You're the only black guy in the break room. You hear a joke. It's towards you though. Some black people just gonna laugh. Out of nervousness, they just gonna laugh. Somebody gonna stand up and be like, hey man,
Yeah.
we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
But I just feel, and I hate to say it, I feel more is gonna laugh out of just they don't know what's gonna happen next versus standing up. One thing about where we are, let me get this off.
Yeah.
We work at a place where people scared to even sign a card to try to get representation on the property because they fear what the unknown. And it ain't even an unknown. That's the crazy part. It ain't even an unknown. You're gonna sign a card and you're gonna hand it back to somebody and it's gonna go on from there. Nobody's gonna walk up to you and say anything to you. But people are that scared of the unknown that they rather just tuck their tail. That's our problem, really, in a nutshell, because you got black people who go against black people just because somebody decided to stand up and say something. Farrakhan is one of the most unlike black people I ever seen. You know what I'm saying? But his message been the same from the jump. And now that we starting to wake up and see that, well, everything the man said, he ain't wrong.
Right.
They call you extremists and they always gonna put a
They
negative
gonna
name on you.
label you.
Yeah, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
For just saying what you feel really need to be said. That's. I don't want to trash that man. I'm not gonna do that because he did a lot of great things. Some of our leaders, man, lack the heart that was needed to get the better of us. They rather get along than get what they deserve. And I'm going to leave that right there.
I ain't got nothing to follow up behind that, bro.
That might be a good note to get on up out of here. Because that's heavy and it's real. And I'm sure some people going to have some other opinions about it. But you know what you can do? Leave a comment. Hit the like. All of that stuff. Man, y'all be easy out there.
Hold on. I got one more. Me and Kwame, we've been going back and forth about this. Remember what you said to me?